and it was January 1st, 2025 that we have to have it all figured out. I understand that life may not go that way. I understand that you may not have been able to perfectly complete your vision board already. That your everything in your house may not be completely clean and tip-top shape going into the new year. You might have still had some clothes in the washing machine, even though they say don't do that. Okay. So that's all right. It's okay if you don't know exactly what you want your life to look like for the full year just yet. It's the 11th. We're going to give you a little grace. We're going to give you some time. But I will say we do need to take action on getting ready to figure it out. And that's why we're talking about this again. Now, we did start talking about this in December. We were talking about this in November. We did our vision boards in October, and that's fine. But still, realistically, sometimes, when we start that new year, we just still don't have it all together, right? If I had it my way and my vision, I would have been, working out right now, and I haven't set foot in the gym just yet. But I'm still I'm still gonna get myself situated. I'm still gonna get to that point. Me and Charaka were talking last night, and we were talking about how, we're putting our plans in place to get our routine together. So because we're gonna go to bed earlier on time. We may not have it done just yet, but we're doing it. And we're not getting ready to get ready. We're implementing the things that it takes to get us to that point. Okay. But so one of the things that's going to help us for sure is building discipline and consistency. So understanding discipline. Discipline is the ability to consistently take action towards your goals, even when faced with challenges or distractions. The role of willpower and self-control in developing discipline. So you got to have some willpower, right? When you're developing the discipline. It's not easy to be disciplined. But one thing that has stuck with me so much, I just can't get over it, is this quote or this idea from The Slight Edge that discipline creates freedom. I mean, it's just ever since I heard it, I just can't get over it. And it makes so much sense to me because if you discipline yourself for a given time, then it does create freedom for you. If I discipline myself in this business, if I stick to it long enough, my money's going to grow. My pay through is going to grow. My team is going to grow. And then that's going to create freedom for me. I'm already experiencing it. I used to be the person that I got to wake up checking my account to see what I can do. I wouldn't dare, swipe my card at a gas station without looking at my account first to see if I could fill up or not. Now I don't have to look at it. I don't have to log in, but I'm able to have that kind of freedom now because I was disciplined. And it wasn't even for a super long amount of time. You just got to get disciplined and start and stay consistent with it. So the ability to consistently take actions towards your goals, and this is it right here, even when faced with challenges or distractions, you're going to have challenges. It's going to get hard. You're going to get distracted. A wrench is going to be thrown in this thing. But even though that's happening, then what are you going to do? Strategies for building discipline. So one thing you can do is create a routine. So establish a daily or weekly routine that includes time for goal-oriented activities. All right, you want to eliminate distractions. Identify and minimize distractions that hinder progress. Accountability partners. All right, reward yourself. Celebrate small victories and milestones to stay motivated. So going back to the routine. So like I told you, me and Charaka are having our conversation. We're like, okay, all right, this is what we're going to do. So we're in it right now. We're building discipline. So we said this is going to be our routine. We're going to establish this time where we go to sleep every single night because this is what we want to do. So write it out. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be perfect either. It doesn't have to be that this is the routine that sticks. Just start one and try one. And if it don't work, okay, adjust. But you got to get something on the piece of paper and something out that you start implementing immediately. I was also telling Charaka, like I was telling y'all about my workouts. I want to do my work. I see your hand, Charaka. I'm coming. I want to, do my working out. And I was like, I want to go back to how I was. I was working out 5 times a week. And Charaka was like, let's just start with walking. Okay. Maybe you could just walk like twice a week. So you want to start small with the routine, and then, it can help you to get there, but everything don't have to be perfect. Charaka, what do you want to share with us?
Thank you, Jasmine. This is so good. I just wanted to share the definition that we learned also in the Slight Edge about what discipline is. And Frank probably can help me this because he helped me with this in Columbia last week. But discipline is the ability to give yourself a command.
Mm,
And I can't remember the next part of it. And
mm.
and to stick with it or
And
follow
follow
through
it. Yep.
and follow. What is it, Frank?
And to follow it.
Okay. The ability to give
Give yourself.
yourself a command and to follow it.
Yep.
Let's put that in the chat. Can somebody put that in the chat? Discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and follow it.
That is so powerful to me, Jasmine.
So powerful. Let's unpack it. Let's unpack that.
Yeah. I would love to unpack that definitely because, think about it. I mean, you tell yourself you gonna do something,
Right.
and to do what you said you was gonna do.
And how often do we do that? I mean, I can't tell you the amount of times I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wash clothes today. I'm gonna fold the laundry today, and then I don't do it.
Right.
But that's discipline. Now I give myself the command. That's step one. And then step two, I gotta actually follow through. And you want to start with small things, simple things. It don't have to be, everything in the house. We've cleaned every single room,
Right. We can go run a marathon tomorrow,
Right. I told myself I'm gonna run a marathon, so now I'm running a marathon. No, just train yourself to be more disciplined by doing like one small thing. All right. I told myself that I was gonna, make up my bed so that no matter what, I'm gonna make up my bed today.
And then start doing that every day and build consistency with
Right.
doing that one thing, whether that's making up your bed every day.
Right. And then even if you're late in it, still do it.
Do it.
Just like I think a lot of times, and I was even guilty of this last week, if I forget to take my first door picture or whatever was impeding me from taking the first door picture, then you just don't do it because it's late. Still do it.
Right.
Still get back on track. Dave Anderson tells us about, if you make a bad decision or if you do something, don't keep making bad decisions. Do the next right thing that you know to do.
Right.
So that's what helps you with discipline.
And that goes for like waking up as well. A lot of us, y'all know I was guilty of this at first. I was not getting up at 9:00. But if you don't make it to your first door at 9:00, that's okay. They don't mean, oh, well, I didn't. That's like you saying, oh, I didn't clock in at 9, so I'm not gonna clock in today. I'm not gonna do nothing today. What time I left, Jazz? I left at 10 and I had to drive an hour away and got there and I closed. Live check.
Right.
It's to see in discipline. That's a great quote.
Yep.
Say that every day.
Yep. I wrote it down. That's good. So yeah, so even if because we're not gonna be perfect, guys. Every day is not gonna be perfect. We have what we set for ourselves for sure. Yeah, in a perfect world, every day, 9 a.m., close everything. Yeah. But it just don't always look like that. So don't throw the whole day away because it didn't look perfect. Do what you can do and show up still. Don't not show up.
And one thing that's key, Jasmine, that you tied in is that recover from that. Don't just because you didn't follow through or it didn't go as planned, don't wreck your whole day or the whole week or the whole month. Just make the next right decision to get back on track.
Yep. Write that down too.
Jasmine, take the notes.
Take notes.
Yeah, just make the next right decision to get back on track because you don't want to. Because what we will sometimes do, even with when we talk about food and eating habits and stuff, we make one bad decision that leads to another one, another one, another one. No. And it's okay, like you said, because we're human and things happen. This is life. We're living this. This is real time. So we got to give ourselves some grace as well.
Yeah.
But
like don't get crazy. Like
right.
You know, okay, you cheated on your diet and now you're like, all right, well, I'm not going to do the diet until February. No, just eat the next meal. Just make sure it's a healthy meal. Like, okay, you slipped up, you ate some wings. Okay. Now let's just get back to it. Let's not throw the whole month away. I think
Right.
we get a little dramatic and we
Oh
just
yeah.
throw the whole thing away, but we don't have to do that. That's great. That's great. All right. So now let's talk about, eliminating distractions. So you want to identify and minimize distractions that hinder progress. This is another one that needs stars by it. If y'all can draw fireworks, we probably want to draw some fireworks on our notepad because this is important. Because if you're going to eliminate the distraction, you've got to know what it is. So you need to be honest with yourself and identify it. Is it an activity that you're doing? Is it a person that is in your life? You want things around you that are bringing you peace. You want things around you that are helping you to grow and move forward successfully. So if you've got a habit or something in your life, we know that it's not just going to turn off, automatically in one day, but you want to identify it and then you want to start to minimize it. That's going to be extremely important for you to be able to stay disciplined, because even if you have this willpower within yourself to stay disciplined, to give yourself a command and follow it, but then you got a friend that is not on the same track as you and they're influencing you to not be disciplined, that's going to derail everything that you're putting in place for yourself. So then that moves us into accountability partners. You want to get around some folks that want to win, that want to see you win. You want to share your goals with some people. I was telling you on another call, I shared my goals with Camille. She held me accountable. Alexis called me the other morning. Are you in the field? Where are you working today? I asked Malik what his goals were. He asked me what mine were. Because that's the kind of folks I got around me. They just like I want to see them win, they want to see me win. So they're going to hold me accountable too. And sometimes, we may turn our nose up at that kind of behavior, but honestly, it's for the best. We got to have somebody that holds you accountable. Charaka holds me accountable every day at some point, all the time. And that's important. I need that. Okay. And then the last thing, I think this is so important. This is something that we skip a lot, is to reward yourself. Celebrate small victories and milestones. That helps you stay motivated. So what is it that you can reward yourself with? Don't keep on going all this time without, doing something for yourself. All right. So, ladies, reward yourself with something. Get your nails done. Get your hair done. Buy that $20 lip gloss, but that's only if you were disciplined and you reached your goals, right? Guys, I don't know what y'all like to do. What do guys like to do? Reward yourself with something. Jay Rich always hooping. Reward yourself with the basketball game.
He
When
needs to reward himself and get a haircut. That's what he does. He just told me that.
He can reward himself with a haircut.
Relax, guys.
Everybody come with it. So yeah, reward yourself with something though. I feel like it's tougher for guys to reward themselves. So guys, y'all need to reward yourself too though. With whatever it is. Maybe you like sweets. Maybe you like ice cream, or I don't know.
Now that they do like sweets. They
Yeah,
definitely like sweets.
Yeah, get some gummies, get you a soda, whatever it is that you like, reward yourself. So we want to do that. And, we want to talk about the power of consistency. So, the compounding effect of consistency over time. What do y'all think that looks like? If we're consistent over time, what do we think will happen?
We're going to hit our targets. We're going to meet these goals.
Okay. Now, so we got to be consistent because, consistency works both ways.
Absolutely.
So we got to make sure that we're consistent in
the right things.
Right. In the right things, because consistency
direction.
compound itself over time regardless. So if you spend all this time thinking about what you're going to do and you keep on not doing it, then you're consistently not doing it, and over time that's going to have an effect on your life. So the power of consistency is a law, and it's going to work either way. So it's important to know that. So if you keep on telling yourself, oh, I'm gonna reach out to my warm market, I'm gonna reach out to my warm market, I'm gonna reach out to my warm market, and you don't, well, then over time, it's gonna compound itself and you ain't gonna have no money. Because you didn't do what you said you was gonna do. But then, adversely, if you get up every day and you give it all you got, 110%, and you give it every effort to reach out to who you need to reach out to and do the things that you need to do, that's going to manifest itself. And so too, let's talk about the importance of showing up consistently even on days when you don't feel motivated. Is there anyone that has ever had a day where they didn't feel motivated, where they just didn't feel like doing it?
Yes, that would be me.
Okay. Okay.
And I want to talk about this warm market thing because I
Yeah.
told you that the warm market was pretty cold, girl. And I was like, I just don't want to do it, honey. And you were like, well, you gotta have a positive mindset. And I was like, girl, I don't want to hear that. But in reality, that's true because I really wasn't working the warm market. I just really wanted, to be handed leads. And you was like, girl, no ma'am. So you had to put in the work. And once I started to put in the work and be consistent, I started to be able to sell policies. And I've really been able to really honed into, like learning everything and the skill. And this is really working for me, honey. I up and quit my job. I didn't just, like did everything. You're like, whoa, girl, do you got some money? I was like, well, yeah, I got a little bit, but now I have more. And so it's just working. And the power of being consistent every day, I tell myself I'm trying to sell at least one policy. So for this month, I've already sold 4 policies.
Yeah.
So, and I hit my goal.
Praise
So, and I'm still going and I'm still, learning and flourishing, honey. We're doing it and it's just such a good thing.
all
So being consistent.
2025, honey. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes.
so the warm market is hot. It's on fire now, okay?
Now it's hot. So you see things can warm up, when you're being consistent and you stick with it even on the days that you don't feel motivated. Because I know we had some conversations and it was like, okay, I'm not motivated. I don't know about this. I don't want to do this. And girl, believe you me, I have been there. Charaka knows. I have had all the days, so many days of not being motivated and not wanting to show up. But Charaka has shared with me time and time again that you've got to do it even when you don't feel like it. And you'll be so proud of. Don't you feel so good, Mahogany?
I do, and I'm so
Yeah.
paid, and it feels so good, not being stressed and paid at the same time. I
Right.
love it, and it's really like a great thing to be able to help people. And someone just said an important thing: the warm market will make room for referrals for you, and it has. I actually have got a few referrals from the warm market, so that is a great stem of advice to keep because it's true, and I've just been writing policies, honey, and I'm going policy crazy, child. I love it.
So, Mahogany, tell me, from that when we had that conversation and you were feeling the way that you were feeling, what do you feel like you did differently? How did you start
Um,
differently?
I feel like I changed my mindset because it's very easy to have a negative mindset and to be a negative Nancy, and that can creep in and that can really encompass your mindset. So
Mhm.
I think that when I really listened to myself and said that you can do this, and listen to you saying, I want you to have a positive mindset, because again, every person is not going to buy. And so I think I got stuck in that realm of those no's and people saying, I already have coverage. I don't want extra coverage. I'm okay. I think I got, encompassed with that negativity. So I think it's very important and imperative to be intentional about being positive. It's easier kind of said than done because when you're in your place in your life where you feel like so many things are going wrong and you just want to elevate, that negativity is another type of, thing
Mhm.
that can pull you down. So I think that I began to listen to the positive things in my mind, and Camille, my bestie, she helped me a lot and said, well, girl, it's not every day, it's not gonna be Sunday. You really gotta work this company, and it is what you make it, what you put into it. So if you keep saying, I'm not gonna get no leads, I'm not gonna get no customers, I'm not gonna get no sales, that's what's gonna happen. Change the
Mhm.
mindset. And I'm like, okay, the light bulb has come on, girl. Hallelujah. Change the mindset. And so when I did that, like I started getting so many sales, so many people started saying yes. And it was actually more people saying yes than people that said no. So
That
it's
is so good.
just the mindset, speaking positivity over your life.
It
It
is.
really helps.
Yes, it's the mindset and the positivity. And I think that, going back to Melcy sharing her testimony before, she was a little negative at one time when she didn't pass the exam and kind of down and out. But then, this year, well, last year in 2024, she's one of my most positive friends. And so she just became, more and more positive towards the business. And so when she just kept, breathing that positivity, and even when she had people that said no to her, because Melcy gets objections too, people have told her no too. It's not just every person that she sits in front of, she's gotten a sale with, but she turned it into something positive. And so now in her mind, she is saying, Lord, send to me who you want me to cover. And so then she knows, she has this mindset that, everything that I want wants me, and that she's going to be attracting people, and that she's going to be attracting this good. She's going to be attracting the ability to write policies. But that's something that she started that in her mind. So that's what we say when we're talking about the vision, the goal. Long before these things happen in person for you, you've got to set it up in your mind. And so, Mahogany, I'm so proud of you for making such a quick I mean, because you did this quickly, and sometimes it takes people a long time to shift their mindset. And even like when you said, when I was like, all right, girl, we got to be positive, people don't always want to hear that. I've had people, get upset at me for talking about positivity when they're not feeling the most positive at the time. And I get it, it's probably the last thing that you want to hear is be positive when you're having a pity party and you're down in the dumps about something. But the reason I continue to share that idea is because it really does work. It really is something that you can utilize as a strategy. This is not just me trying to hold hands with you and skip and us throw flowers around. This is a real strategy that you can use to change your mindset and to help you to move forward when you look at the positive things rather than the negative things. When you keep moving forward with positivity all the time, no matter what's going on, it increases your quality of life. It increases your happiness. It increases, obviously, your abundance and your overflow. Charaka.
I just wanted to, say great job and congratulations to Mahogany and Jasmine. I just wanted to expound upon that in case anybody else here is struggling even with their warm market, because, that was something that you also, objected to in the beginning,
Yeah.
and so you had to overcome that of not wanting to reach out to your warm market and making excuses and saying you didn't have a warm market, because that's a common, objection that we receive from agent partners. So I just wanted you to share a little bit more on that in case someone else may be feeling the same way, and we can help them to, open up and embrace it with a positive mindset, because, the people that are in our power base, they still need our help as well.
Absolutely. So yeah, I was nervous about, the fact that I had decided to quit my job teaching, and I really didn't want anybody to know. And I was just like scared and embarrassed. And I just thought to myself, okay, I'm just going to quietly do this. And I don't want to share this with anybody. So I was like, I don't have a warm market. I don't have anybody to reach out to. I think I reached out to probably maybe like 5 people in my family. I had one cousin that I remember doing a presentation with, and they told me that they weren't going to move forward. And so then after that, I had decided that I did not have a warm market, and that I was not going to share this opportunity with anyone else, and that I just wanted to work leads. And so then I struggled in the beginning with working leads because I didn't have enough experience and I hadn't practiced enough on my warm market. And later on, I went on to share the opportunity with Rock and Jocelyn, and they own a gym that I was going to. And then Jocelyn ended up making $14,000 writing up all the folks in the gym that I knew too. And I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Like, I work out with y'all every single week. We sit here and have tears and we sweat together. And you are telling me that, you're getting a policy with her and you're my workout buddy, but that's what happened. But it was because I was afraid, even then, even still, to say something, to share with people, and Jocelyn wasn't. And so she did what she needed to do. And like I said, she made over $14,000 in 2 months sharing with her warm market. That was my warm market too. So you want to share with the warm market, guys. You want to do it no matter how you feel, what the limiting beliefs are. And also, guys, too, the reason that I'm able to say these things to you all and share these ideas is because I have not always been this person that I am now. But it was through these ideas and utilizing these ideas and really changing myself and changing my mind, growing, reading these books, changing personally, changing professionally, that I have become better, that I have been able to experience this success. So that's why I'm so passionate and I'm so adamant about you guys doing the same thing, because I know that it works, because I've seen it work for my own self when I changed my mind. When I heard what Charaka said, when I listened to her, when I started doing it, it changed things for me. And it created this 6-figure income. It created me making more money than I ever made in my life, changing where I live, moving to this new apartment, changing the car that I drive. I mean, those of you that have known me, Melcy's known me for the last over 10 years. So you knew it wasn't always like this for me, even with my mindset and the way that I used to even, just kind of be in my demeanor. I haven't always had the most positive demeanor. So this business and these ideas will help you and make you a better person all the way around. And so then you'll look up and you'll see success in more places than just this. I'm seeing more success with my family, more success as a mother, because I'm more positive. I have a better well-being. I'm seeing success in this business, So you'll be able to see success in more aspects of your life just from, thinking about these ideas and really implementing them. All right. And so we want to talk about too, overcoming roadblocks. So identifying roadblocks, identifying potential roadblocks like procrastination, the fear of failure, lack of motivation, common mental and emotional barriers, that happen when achieving your goals or trying to achieve your goals. This is important. This is really important because these roadblocks are here, and they're even here still for me. But I have to know, you have to know yourself. I have to know myself. I have to be truthful with myself. I know that I'm not the most on time person. I'm sorry, London's making a lot of noise. I need to go see what it is that she's doing. Well, Charaka, will you take over for me for 1 second?
Yes. Yep. And so what you want to do is to go ahead and know, like say Jasmine just said, okay, I know I'm not a person that's on time. So then, if your goal is that you're always late, then you want to have a goal to be on time. And to me, what on time is early. So then you just have to plan and prepare ahead of time. Okay. And that means like even the day before, having a schedule, having things planned out, knowing what you're going to do. So then therefore you can back up the time and say, okay, and I don't need to just get there if the meeting is starting at 10, plan to get there 30 minutes early, because there's always something that could come up. So you're going to plan for contingencies as well. Okay, so it's just a matter of planning, being prepared, being organized. If you know that's a challenge you're facing, and it's just something that you have to commit to and that you have to work on. One of the roadblocks we talked about was procrastination. If you know that you're a procrastinator, when it's something that you think about is something that needs to be done, do it. Just do it. Just go ahead and get into the habit of doing it. Just taking action, getting it done right then. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't pause. Just do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And so you're going to put yourself into the mindset of taking action and getting it done versus continuously to put things off.
That's great, Charaka. Thank you for sharing that and taking over for a second for me.
Mhm. Sure.
But go ahead, Frank. Was that Frank want to say something? Was somebody saying something?
May have been the VCC in the background. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay, sorry. Okay, but yeah, so definitely with the procrastination, that's one strategy that I put in place because I was a really big procrastinator too. So I started to just do it immediately, like without thinking about it. Before you think about it and then think about, how you can put it off and when you can do it later, just doing it, right then. But so what about like the fear of failure? I know I've worked with a lot of agent partners and they'll even kind of be thinking that they're going to fail before they even try. And I know sometimes that can be a big one is having, these ideas in your head that you think that nobody's going to buy from you or, it's not going to work out if you put yourself out there. And maybe it's because you did some other things before, you had some other business ventures before and it didn't work out like you wanted it to. How can we overcome that fear of failure? Does anyone have any ideas about that?
I do, because I was the warm market queen. My warm market was hot. Out of 100 family members, it was hot.
Right.
But I felt like that. Hold on, Chubby just walked in. Take them shoes off. I felt like that with leads. Like I told you, like my experience with leads, like what I saw at first, that probably played a role in it, like what I was seeing. Because I thought every house was a vending. I was like, Jasmine, these people not home. I'm about to go home. I'm about to go get some to eat. Like, no, this is not working. But I used to always think, and I also too with like similar to mahogany, I used to have the mindset that, oh, they're a lead, they want it. Oh, they gonna buy. Like that's honestly what I thought leads were. Like they were gonna buy. And like I said, my first experience, I noticed like everybody door that I was going to, they weren't home. So I was like, this a waste of time. And Jasmine used to get on me like, why are you not posting your first door picture? I said, Jasmine, what's the point of being in my first door? And then I go answer the door. And she was like, well, that's not the purpose of the first door picture. Starting your day at 9 and posting your first door pictures is setting it up that you're going to have a successful day and you're going to close. If it's not the first lead, the second, you're going to close on a lead regardless. You're setting yourself up with that mindset. So just like the warm market, some people think, oh, my warm market is not going to buy. They're going to say no. Leads are going to say that as well. Now I love leads. I don't even warm market come. Okay, if you're not serious, it's okay. I got a lead. I got an appointment in this place, that place, and I'm gonna get them live checks every
Right.
time. So yeah.
But so now you have this mindset, you have this positive mindset that you can go out and that you can get a live check. Do you close on every sale, Camille?
I close on almost every single sale. If the people are not keeping me there for 4 hours just talking, I
But
close.
are there some sales that you haven't been able to make?
Yes. A
Yeah.
sale.
So even though you have this positive mindset, and for the most part, Melcy, I see your hand. For the most part, you are attracting closings and things like that. There are
Yeah.
still sometimes you do experience failure, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't consider, now that I have this like positive mindset, I don't consider that a fail.
Great.
Like,
And that's what I'm wanting from you. That's
yeah, I
what
don't
I want.
consider a fail. Like some people be like disappointed they don't make a sale for their day. I still say today was still a good day. Like I went.
So when you, sorry to cut you off, but so when something happens that you don't like or that you didn't want to happen, how do you like change it to not see it as failure?
Honestly, I just be like, oh, okay. And just go to the next one because I know just because it failed here, it's not gonna fail there. Like
Right. So you recover quickly.
yeah, like I just get in the car, put on my music, and I just go to the next location. And I know, like, okay, Camille, just because they said no or just because they weren't home doesn't mean the next person is going to say no or they're not going to be home.
Okay, so you don't take with you what happened in the previous interaction to the next interaction.
Mm-mm.
That's good.
And then sometimes it works the opposite. Like, for example, I can use Talladega as an example. This family, they told me to come back. They was like, come back at this time. I came back at that time. They weren't home. And then I ended up going to Sylacauga, hour away, sat with a lady who was like, beware of dogs or whatever the case may be, talked to her for 30 minutes. That family called me back and kept me at their house for 4 hours. That was the client that called. Kept me at their house for 4 hours, got 2 policies, wrote a check. I didn't even ask for the check. She literally, when into the payment part, she literally went to just go get her checkbook and just gave me the check. Told me to fill it out.
That's great stuff, Camille. Mel, see what I did you want to share?
So I know I shared my testimony earlier, but this goes back to my first rejection. So since I was part-time, I was thinking similar, like I have a big family, so that means I have a big warm market. Well, I sat down with my aunt, and at this time I really wasn't really good with wordage as far as if someone gives you a rejection. So hers was, oh, well, I have insurance with my job. And I said, okay, well, do you have the policy? She didn't have the policy. I said, okay, well, you know that if you leave the job or they terminate you, that this life insurance most likely won't follow you, or the amount won't be the amount that you think that you have. And she said, okay. And I said, okay, well, you know, we still want to get you set up with something. And she just kept giving me more and more rejection. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to go. Now, mind you, this was my aunt. So it wasn't like I was just like, peace out. I don't want to deal with her no more.
Yeah, but I remember you being excited about that one. And
right. Because I was like,
girl, I'm about to write my aunt, I got this.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is about to go through. And then boom, it did not. Okay, so I also reached out to my family before I posted on social media. That way I could go ahead, have some experience with them before telling the whole world. Where I told the whole world on a Sunday. By Tuesday, I got a call from a woman that I did not know, never met her or anything. So really the first policy that I wrote was someone I did not know. I'd never met her. She just saw me post on social media, and I sit down and really, you go through the power, you go through everything with yourself, and you try to have that warm market experience. But I was just out here thugging it. And, it made me feel good when she felt confident. She said, I saw your flyer. I felt confident. And, I had been praying myself that, I can get some life insurance. And she said she saw my flyer and she just felt like, I would be good for her. And really the last person that I wrote, she said, I saw your business card at the funeral home, because I give my business cards to the funeral home so they can just have them on display. And she said, I saw your business card. I had been praying and I saw your card. I had met with someone else, but they weren't able to give me some info. So I guess for me, it's a relief to know that when people see my business card on my flyer or what have you, they feel this sense of ease, a sense of, like, I've been praying about it and now I see her. Well, let me inquire with her. So if I can do that with anyone, that's what I enjoy about it as well.
Right. That's awesome. And then even showing like the power of social media and how it works. Like you do post on social media, but you're not like a content creator or anything. Like,
Right.
not to knock your posts or anything, but what I mean. Like, yeah. I mean, you're not out here like, posting reels every week or nothing like that. You're just a normal person on social media, just like the rest of us, most of us are, right? So you don't have to be this social media guru in order to post your flyer on social media and somebody see it. So I think that that's important. You just did it. You just took the step and you just did it. And you're like, okay, well, this isn't happening with my family like I thought it was. But instead of being like, well, my family don't want to buy from me, so ain't nobody gonna buy from me, so forget it. You're like, all right, well, let me just go ahead and post. So then you post it, and then, all right, well, let me just go ahead and put these business cards in the funeral home and let's just see. We gotta like do every single thing, right? We gotta put the business cards somewhere, pass out the flyers, post on social media, work leads, talk to our warm market. You want to do it all and know that something for sure is going to work out for you at some point, no matter what. So that's great, Mel. See that, you had that with your family, but then you still kept going, and it ended up being that your first policy was someone that you didn't even know, and it was from posting on social media. So that's awesome. Charaka, I see your hand raised.
And that was great, Melcy. Thank you for sharing that. And Jasmine, I had all these same experiences and feelings as well. And one thing I had to do was really reframe my mindset, on failure, as far on judging people, because a lot of times we don't post, we don't share because we're judging other people. And like you said, Jasmine, we don't want people to judge us. We're embarrassed. And we've got to shift our mindset and hold what we do in high esteem. We have obtained a professional license. We went through this course, we got background check, we had to submit an application. That's a lot of effort that we had to put forward. And so, that's one thing I just want to say is that, we got to hold ourselves as licensed life insurance agents in a higher esteem. And we also want to reframe our perspective on failure and instead seek failure as an opportunity. We fail forward. Okay. I remember I read a book years ago about failing forward. And so we want to use failure as an opportunity to grow, okay, to learn, to improve, to get better. Because everyone makes mistakes in life, guys. We're not perfect. But the thing I learned, Jasmine, is the person that keeps showing up, the person that keep trying, that's what's going to make the difference. It doesn't matter, even when we're talking to people don't know the presentation or what we're supposed to say, but we know it's all about numbers. But if you say something, if you open your mouth and say something to enough people, that's how we're going to win. So, we don't, and sometimes, Jasmine, I let the idea of perfection hold me back because I want the perfect thing to post, to say, to all this stuff. And then I end up deliberating over it to finally I just talk myself out of it, all together, right?
Yeah.
Because we want it to be right.
Yeah. Yeah, that perfect. I've been guilty of that perfection, just wanting everything to be perfect and they end up not doing it. So then I missed the full shot because I didn't take it at all because I wanted to be.
Right. Right. So instead of us, being afraid to fail, instead of us getting caught up, in the whole perfection cycle, is that we got to take action despite fear. Okay. And you already said, we start small, we do it. And the more we do, we're going to increase our confidence over time. We're going to learn, we're going to grow, we're going to get better. But the main thing, guys, is that you got to do something. You got to take some kind of action now. And Jasmine, we all can do something. So as long as we're giving it our best, that's what it's going to count at the end of the day, is that we're doing something, that we're trying, and that you keep trying. I was like the little engine that could, just kept on trying, just kept on doing something every single day. And I consistently did something, and all that added up
Look at you.
turned into this. Yes.
The big old huge amazing thing. All that something. That's great. Thank you. Thank you, Charaka. Camille, I see your hand raised.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something really quick about Charaka mentioning we are licensed. A lot of people, so you will be shocked how many people don't know that you have to have your license to be a life insurance agent. So when it comes to your warm market, be patient, because they just think, oh, she not licensed. Like I said, they my family members and a lot of friends and social media people say, oh, I didn't know you had to have your license to be a life insurance agent. Yeah, so I pull out my license. It's important. Jazz always told me it's important to have your license like near or somewhere so you can actually show them, because leads will actually ask. So now I show them, that's the first thing I show them. That, give them my agent number if they want that as well. But it's not that they don't want to buy from you. It's so many scams out there. They honestly don't know what's going on. So you have to be patient. And when they see you posting more, talking about it more, oh, she's actually licensed. Oh, he's actually licensed. That's where they start to come to you versus you going to them. They're just going to automatically come to you because they'll be like, okay, well, they're serious about it. They're actually licensed. Okay, I heard of Senior Life. I see the commercial all the time. Okay, so this is real. Then they're just going to, so they're going to come. They may not come like immediately, but they're going to come. They just have to try to see like, is she for real? Because everybody doing everything. I know y'all be on Facebook when y'all see everybody arms folded about Texas. So it's like you just got to give them some time. They're gonna come, but it may take them 3 months, maybe it take them 6 months, may take them a year, but they're still gonna come. They're gonna buy from you. They're just trying to see how serious you are and how serious this business is, and not just a get what they say, get rich quick scheme or something like that. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's very true. It does take time to kind of gain some respect, in the industry. So sometimes, it may not be your close family members because they're trying to see, in a year, will you still be doing this, before they invest in a policy with you. So that is something to keep in mind that if they don't do it now, delayed, not denied. So we want to keep that in mind. And just kind of finishing out these ideas, developing strategies to overcome roadblocks. So we talked a lot about the roadblocks and what they are, but so how do we overcome them? One thing that you can do is you can break down the large goals. So you want to divide the large goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. That's something that I do all the time. All the time. Even guys, if you came to the last training in Birmingham, we have our big, huge goal of the year, but we broke that down into a smaller, more manageable task. And so we all know what we need to do every single day in order to be successful to reach our goals at the end of the year. So that's something that you want to do. Practice mindfulness. So develop mindfulness techniques to manage stress and stay present. You want to I had heard a pastor say, Pastor Keon, he said, your emotions are lying to you about what's actually happening. So sometimes we can get emotional about something and we can tell ourselves all these things that are not really happening. So we get derailed, one person says no, don't nobody want to buy from me. That's not what's actually happening. What really happened was one person told you no, and the rest of the world you have not talked to. So they didn't tell you no. So you want to be mindful of that and be in the present, be in reality of what's really happening, what's really going on. And you want to manage your stress level. Okay, so we don't want, you to have too much on you. So you want to continue to do the things that you do to de-stress. So, if you work out or if you, take walks or whatever it is that you do, if you like to watch a little TV every now and again, or, maybe it's reading the books, whatever you do, you want to have a plan in place to be like, all right, I'm gonna check out for just a second. I'm coming right back. But music helps me to de-stress. I like R&B, so I listen to my R&B. Sing my heart out for a second, and then I'm good. So whatever it is that that makes you feel better, you want to have those things in place, and then reframe negative thoughts. So challenge negative self-talk and replace it with positive affirmations. So guys, we did this challenge, I think it was about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, together with Charaka, a group of us. And so anytime that we would have a negative thought, we would immediately replace it with a positive thought. And so if you find yourself being negative often or having negative self-talk, telling yourself that you are not enough, that you are not worthy, that you can't do this, that this isn't for you, you want to challenge yourself to start reframing your thoughts. And you want to replace every single negative thing that you say with something positive. So if you look at the house, oh, this house look crazy, they ain't finna buy. Okay, it's okay. You said the negative thing in your head. Let's replace it. I'm not going to judge a book by its cover. They have checks in here. I'm going to get a live check. So you just want to practice that. That's how you shift your mindset. That's how you change your thoughts, by just reframing your thought process and replacing it with a positive affirmation. And that's how you become more positive over time. And you want to seek support. Reach out to friends, family, or mentors for support and encouragement. So even joining this call today and being involved in this conversation, you want to give yourself a pat on the back for that, because you've taken a step towards overcoming these roadblocks. I mean, this conversation has helped me. I still have roadblocks. I am not perfect. There are things that happen, in my life, things that happen in this business that get me discouraged, that get me not motivated, that get me thinking negatively, that get me feeling away. But I am willing and open to implementing these strategies. And so I know that if I implement these strategies, if I do these things, then that it's going to change my life. And I'm going to continue to be disciplined and consistent and only move forward for the better. but I need that support. And although I may not always want to, I was having a tough day the other day, and I'm the kind of person I like to just deal with stuff on my own. I don't like to talk about it. But Charaka called me and she was like, let's talk. It's okay to feel what you feel and to have a conversation. And see, so having someone that you could talk to that just allows you just to be a human being is important. So you want to do that, and you want to, exercise your right to be human. All right.
Hey, Jasmine.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, how you doing? Good morning.
Great morning.
Hey, check this out. One of the things that I have learned going back to no and the no's, I learned a while back that there's two types of no's. You got the N-O and you got K-N-O-W.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times when you sit down with people, it's not that they're saying N-O, they're just saying they don't K-N-O, no, they don't K-N-O-W enough to make a decision. So that might help somebody.
That is great, Glenn. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And that is so true. A lot of times people are not saying no because of the product itself or anything like that. It's just because they don't have enough information. Maybe they don't know enough about legacy. They don't see the value, or maybe they don't know enough about you as a person. And so, they just don't know how consistent you are. So we just got to show them. So we just got to keep being consistent in who we are with what we do. You want to keep on with your persistency as well. You want to be persistent. You want to be resilient, relentless. And you want to let them know, you want to give them that information, and that can definitely help you to overcome those NOs by giving them more knowledge about what they don't KNOW know. So thank you for sharing that, Glenn. That was great. All right. And so now what we want to walk away with is an action plan. So, you read the books, you talk about positivity, you get on a training like this, and we don't want to just let it sit there. Even if you were taking notes today, I don't want you to just have a notebook full of stuff and then that's it. We want an action plan. That's the game changer, is the action plan. So you want to review and refine the goals set in the beginning of this session, right? So when you're thinking about your goals, I know we've all of us have pretty much at this point decided on what we want to do for the year, right? I even had a goal of doing 2.5 million for the entire year with the team, right? Just yesterday. Got in a leadership meeting and was talking with some other leaders, got motivated and refined my goal, and now the goal is 5 million. So even at this point in the game, you wrote down what your goals were and what you think you can achieve and what you want to achieve, but review them again. Refine them. Think about it again. And really now let's come up with the action steps. So you want to break down each goal into specific actionable steps. So now if I'm saying, okay, the goal for the team is 5 million this year, what am I going to do to get there? I told Charaka, well, one step is going to be one-on-ones. So I'm going to reach out. This is a specific actionable step that I can take, is reaching out to every single agent partner and having a one-on-one with them. So you want to break it down like that. Create a timeline for completing each step. So I'm having the one-on-ones with everybody before the month of January is over. I'm not giving myself the full year to have one-on-ones. So it needs to be specific and time-based. Identify resources needed to achieve each goal. So I'm going to need my planner, because if I'm going to reach out to all these people and have a one-on-one with them, I'm going to need to look at my calendar and make sure that I have the time, and I'm going to need to plan it out. So what's the specific action step? When am I going to complete it by? And what do I need to make sure that this gets done? Schedule and tracking. So you want to schedule time for goal-oriented activities in your calendar. Camille texted me this morning and said, hey, can we have our weekly check-in? You want to schedule, that's a goal-oriented activity, because we're going to talk about what happened last week, where are we at, and then what do we need to do next week. She's not waiting until January 30th to see if she's on track. So you want to schedule time for goal-oriented activities in your calendar. Develop a system for tracking progress. We already have the activity tracker. We've broken down our goals. So you have this goal for your month, you break it down into weeks, you break it down into days. So then you're looking at it and you want to be writing down every day, what did you do? So if you said that you want to sell a policy every single day this month, or you want to make $20,000, how much money have you made so far on the 11th of the month? Have you gone any days without selling a policy? Track it and review and adjust. So schedule regular reviews, I'm gonna say daily and weekly, to assess progress. Identify any challenges and make necessary adjustments to the plan. So this past week, personally, I didn't write as many policies as I wanted to write. So there were some things that were out of my control, like the weather, impeded what I wanted to do. But then other things, it was me. So I need to look back at what I did last week, why I didn't reach my goals, figure out how I can overcome the barriers, and what action I'm gonna take, what steps I'm gonna put in place to immediately recover and have a better week than I did last week. I highly suggest, guys, we take a screenshot of this. We write this down. This is how you do it. Because I've told y'all before, if you're anything like me, when I first started in this business, I was writing, I want to do 25K every month, 25K. I wrote that every month for the longest and didn't do it. And it was because I wasn't doing this. It was because I was just willy-nilly I had this goal, but I didn't break it down. So then I would just go out and just do. And then I didn't realize when there was a distraction or there was a barrier or something. I would blame it on something else. Now it's that thing's fault. No, me. Everything is your fault. And that may be a tough pill to swallow. But if you're not where you want to be, if you're not making the money that you want to make, if you're upset, if you're sad, whatever situation that you're in, you got to tell yourself, this is my fault, not to beat yourself up, but to take ownership of it. Because as soon as you take ownership of the thing, now you're in control. All right, so now I have ownership of it. Now I'm in control. Now I can change my life. If I keep on not taking ownership of it and saying that it's because of this, and this, then I ain't ever going to have control over my own life and I'm not going to reach my goals. But if I take ownership of it, if I hold on to it, now this is my issue. This is my problem. I know I have a fear of failure. I know I procrastinate. I own that. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're cooking. Because now I can take action. Now I can schedule and track. Now I can review and adjust. And I can really get somewhere. All right, guys, as always, I hope that this has helped us. So in conclusion, we want to have the vision and the goals because, the importance of vision, goals, and consistency. We've talked about all that today. We know how important it is to first see it, to have the idea in our mind, the goal, make it specific and time-based, and then to discipline ourselves and be consistent over time. We know after that, we've got to make sure that we break it down so that we can start taking the action. We want to work towards the goal. We want to do it immediately. We want to take off and keep going. And you might take off running, and then you might slow down again and be walking, and then it might be a brisk jog, and then we might find ourselves crawling a little bit. But either way, you got to move. So as long as the entire time we're moving, we're okay. All right, and self-belief. We know it is so important for us to believe in ourselves internally and to persevere. Because you can do this. The goals that you set for yourself, for the person that you see yourself being, the life that you want, it is attainable for you. And this is the opportunity. And guys, in a lifetime, opportunities like this may become once or twice. And if you've made a lot of money before and lost it and now you're here, this is it. Maybe you had another career path like I did and you thought that was the one and now you're here. This is it. Maybe you have a full-time job, but you need something else that's going to get you want to buy a home, you want a new car. This is the opportunity. This is it. This is the thing that's going to get you where you want to be in life. And so I am just over the moon about the fact that we're together. I know and believe that God makes no mistakes. So everyone that was on this call today, you are not on this call by accident. This is on purpose. This is divine. It is meant for us to talk today, for you to hear these ideas and for you to take action and move forward on the things that you deserve, the things that are promised to us in the Bible. The land of milk and honey, the abundance and the overflow, it is ours. And so now we just have to do what we need to do with the discipline, the consistency, and the action to make it happen. So I'm excited about continuing to work with you all this year and continuing to flourish. Anybody have any comments or questions they want to share before we close out today?
Yes, I'd like to know if it's possible for me to set up a time for the one-on-one this week.
Absolutely. We can have a one-on-one this week. Well, as soon as we get off the call, I'll give you a call, Walter, and we'll go ahead and set up our one-on-one.
Thank you.
Taking immediate action. I love it. That's awesome.
It's good to see you, Walter.
Likewise. I'm excited.
Wonderful.
Jasmine, I would just like to say this was a great informational training. And you and Charaka did so good. Nice to meet you, Charaka, Miss Cook. So amazing training. I was kind of apprehensive about, joining the cause because I do have so much going on in my life. And so many repetitive messages from Camille. Thank you, Camille. So I just decided to go ahead and join. But it has really been great and inspirational. And, it just really let me know that I made the right choice by coming to Senior Life and, getting my license. And so I'm just looking forward to many more calls and in-person trainings. I know if this one was wonderful, the in-person trainings will be amazing. So, I'm just so glad to be here and grateful. And I'm just looking forward to progressing and elevating with the company. So, thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Mahogany. Thank you for sharing that and being willing to take the time out of your Saturday to get on with us and, give it a chance and have an open mind. And so I know that you're not disappointed now, but I can tell you're not going to be disappointed at all. It's only up from here. So congratulations to you and thank you so much. Anybody else have a question or an idea they want to share before we move on to our announcements? So just one announcement for today. And so Mahogany, I know you said that if the Zoom is like this, what is in person like? Well, this flyer is going to show you just a little bit of what it looks like. It's lit, girl. It's on fire. And so we're having a conference on the 30th through the 1st of February. The date that the events will actually take place will be January 31st. It's going to be a Friday. And so this is going to take place in Atlanta, Georgia. So this is going to be what we call the launch. So we're going to have an awards and recognition gala. That's going to be that Friday night. But during the day, we're going to have a powerful high energy conference that's going to, cultivate our ideas and us moving to new heights. We're going to talk about our vision and we're going to have a 6-figure board session. So Charaka herself is going to be, here training us, pouring into us, teaching us what it takes to make 6 figures. She's going to talk about how to build a 100K agency. All right. Strategies from a millionaire agency owner herself. Going to talk about money mastery, right? I know all of us are not the most tech savvy and there with social media, but we about to conquer Canva together. All right, we're going to have a master class about Canva, a live interactive course with a social media guru. We're also going to have a tax talk from a tax professional. All right, a live speaker is going to come and talk to us about taxes and what we need to do. We're going to talk about social media again some more, take a deep dive into that and supercharge ourselves. All right. And so this is just going to be, such a great conference. We're going to learn about the pathway to make 25K, right? To have 25K in monthly production. And it's going to be a chance to connect with our team and to unlock your full potential. So the registration is live right now. You may have seen the emails. If you want to type in on your email, the launch, you'll be able to go to it. But this is your opportunity to connect with the Cook Group, to meet Charaka in person, and to get what you need that's going to launch you and propel you into the year. We also are going to have an opportunity. I know several of us need a headshot. I'm going to be getting one. Charaka has hired a professional photographer to take headshots for us. So during your registration, you will be also able to register to get your headshot taken so that you can have that professional picture that you need to take your social media to the next level. So this is your chance, your opportunity to plug in with us. So we will be at the Whitley Hotel. So if you're wanting to get a room and come in that Thursday and enjoy the meeting with us on Friday, we'll have a career overview in person. So similar to what I just did via Zoom, we'll have that in person live in Atlanta. Imagine how explosive that's going to be. So we'll have that on Saturday. So this is going to be Friday. It's going to be our main event, the launch. Saturday, we'll have that career overview and then some agent training to follow. And Camille, I see your hand raised here.
And for the new people, even if you did not write, I still recommend you come to the conference because I was a new agent. I didn't write. I saw everybody getting their trophies and certificates. I didn't get nothing. I saw Mariam, Miss Doris. I said, "Oh, Jasmine, next conference, I'm getting a trophy." At that meeting, I was the only one that had written 19,000. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting a trophy." When I saw they just, especially Marion, he was just on the stage nonstop, kept going. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I gotta." Yeah, he was my target. He was my person. So like, yeah, I gotta turn up on him.
I have my eyes on Marion all the time too, Camille. He's one you gotta watch.
Yeah, so
I
was like, I gotta watch him, and then boom, next conference, I got my trophy. This conference, I'm getting another two trophies. So it's like, don't just because you didn't write or you feel like, oh, I haven't been with the company long enough, because I was only with the company for 3 weeks, not even 3 weeks, and I went and I was at the conference, Ryan, doing telesales.
Word.
The only one writing at the conference, and everybody was so shocked. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna be getting a trophy too, just like y'all. Forget a certificate, I want a trophy. So I can take it up like Jazz. So definitely come. I highly recommend it. Y'all are gonna have so much fun. Y'all gonna learn a lot. So
Absolutely. And Camille, that's so true. There were, I can't even count, there were countless conferences that I went to before it was my turn, before I had gotten an award. I would get the certificates, some sort of recognition every time, but my main goal, just being the person that I am, was always to get that hardware. And so it does take time to build up to that, but the conference is what is going to ignite that for you. What's going to get you propelled to want to move forward, to get excited. And then you're going to be in the room with all these people, all these top producers, the ones that you see on social media, like, or on the Zoom calls, like Marianne, like Doris, those folks that we hear from on the mastery level role play call. They're going to be in person. And so one thing that we always say is, you never know if you need the meeting or if the meeting needs you. Right. So you definitely want to come to the meeting, because you just never know. Even your testimony can change someone's ideas in their life. Even like what Melcy shared today. You don't have to be a top producer. You don't even have to be full time to share an idea that changes someone. Mahogany shared so much with us today. She just started. And even, Mahogany, your story was moving to me. And I've been here, for a long time. So you want to come regardless, because there's someone that you're going to help, that's going to, you're going to inspire, but then also you're going to get helped and you're going to get inspired. So thank you for that idea and sharing that, Camille, because it's so true. So no matter what level you're at, this conference is for you, and you want to make sure you are in the building. If you don't do nothing else, guys, you got to get here. You got to get to this conference.
And
Charaka,
Jasmine,
yes,
what
ma'am.
role do you think, like, especially with this being at the beginning of the year, You know, the last couple of months we've been talking about vision, goals, all of that, right? We've been spending a lot of time talking about that.
Mhm.
Like, how will this conference align with us starting the new year and flourishing?
Mhm.
Can you just help us out, give us a little bit more insight
Yeah,
as to
well, this is going to be a game changer. This is going to be so important that we attend a conference like this because you guys, you don't want to underestimate the power of getting together in a room full of like-minded people that want the same thing. When we get in these rooms together, that energy, it transfers. It transfers and it takes you and it literally does exactly what this conference says. It launches you. It propels you. Any conference that I have ever been to, when I left there, I had my highest months in production. I wrote the most after attending the conference because that energy. Everybody's so upbeat. They're so happy to see each other. You get to reconnect. You know, it's like I said, it's one thing to see somebody on a Zoom every morning, but it's another thing to be able to give them a hug, to be able to shake hands with them, and to really be able to transfer this positivity and these great ideas. You know, if you think you enjoy hearing me talk, I mean, wait till you hear the rest of the top producers and managers and other folks that have been successful in this business, you know, share their ideas and talk with you. It's just an amazing thing to get around. It's almost a feeling that that's I can't even describe because it feels so good to get around everybody. And then you just leave there just with this fulfillment and this ability to just, you know, reach your goals, to
Are
do more than you
you crying?
imagine. Hmm?
Are you crying?
No.
Oh,
No, I'm not crying. It will bring tears. These meetings will bring tears to your eyes, though. I
oh,
really
definitely.
passionate about it because it's really, you know. You seen Camille. Camille done got teary eyed. She said she don't cry. She done got teary eyed on some calls before.
And Jasmine, I want to talk about this too. You know, for someone who may be out of town, you know, and they're looking at the expenses, let's really take a moment and see how much would it really cost to attend this conference and how many sales will we need to make in order to be able to pay for it?
Okay, that's a great thing to do. So, I believe the registration is $79, and after the fees, it's about, I think like 80, let's just say 85. I don't even think it's that much, but let's just say it's $85 for the registration.
in a headshot.
And well, yeah, it's a plus 50 if you're getting ahead, but let's just say I'll do the headshot figure and the,
It's
okay,
135.45, Jazz.
okay,
Yeah.
so
Total.
35.45 total if you're getting a headshot too. Perfect. Okay. And so let's say that you're coming to the Whitley and you're staying at the hotel. The hotel is 179 per night. Let's just make that 200 with the, you know, fees or whatever. So let's say you stay Thursday night and you stay Friday night. So we'll say that's $400 plus the 135.45, 135.45 plus 400. Lunch is going to be provided for us at the conference as well as dinner at the gala. So let's just say maybe another $50 if you needed to get like some breakfast or something. And then you know, for
Parking. I forgot how much parking is though.
I think I can't remember how much parking was. Okay, so then there's parking and let's just say parking's like 60. 60 for parking. And then another expense would probably be gas. I think every single one of us, well, maybe not every one of us, but the majority of us are probably within driving distance. So it may be like 2 to 4 hours. So we'll probably need, let's just say, plus $150 for gas. Okay, so that is $795.45. This is like if you come by yourself, if you don't ride with anybody, because you know we also carpool, we team double up with rooms and things like that. But if you were coming by yourself, it would take about $800 for you to get there. Okay. Now, what AP does it take? Because you can make $800 in one policy.
Yeah.
So what does someone have to spend with you for you to make $800?
$124.
$124. So yep, Jay Rich in the chat. He said basically one policy. Gotcha. Exactly. So if you sit down with Miss Jones, you get her to spend $124 with you, you're gonna get paid $800, and then your conference is paid for. One policy is what it takes. So one policy for this conference, but so this is going to propel you to get you set up for your entire year to push forward to, I mean, who knows how many policies you'll sell. I mean, I tell you guys all the time, I went to that one conference in October of 23. Doris was talking about getting serious about your business. And for some reason, I don't know why, but that was the day that it clicked for me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get serious now. Because I wasn't as serious as I needed to be. So you just never know what that aha moment will be, what someone will say that's going to really make it click for you. And then you just take off. So one policy. Let's see, since, you know, I like fire, put some fire in the chat if you're committed to writing one policy that will get you to come to this conference. Camille's committed. Camille's already registered. Jamal's coming.
Yeah, I made my $800.
Lisa, Monica, Janika, Marianne, Deborah. Somebody got such big fire, I can't even see it.
I come, Jasmine. This is Eric. I'm sorry, I'm at the airport.
Okay, Miss Erica, thank you. Thank you for your verbal fire. We appreciate that. She's coming. Mahogany, Chauncey, Pearl, Tar, Frank, Cheryl, Malik, Alexis. Y'all get me excited. Okay, Walter. Boot Heel, we already know about Boot Heel. Boot Heel is out here.
I told them they're a gang.
Listen, Boot Hill is they registering, okay?
So Birmingham, what's up? Because Boot Hill not playing. So Birmingham, let's register, please. Because Boot Hill, Jamiria's gonna come. She's committed. Awesome. Takesha, is this you, TNR?
Yeah, that's Takesha.
Okay.
Yes,
go ahead.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You go ahead. Yeah, I see your hand raised. Did you have something you want to share, Takesha?
I'm sorry. No, I was raising my hand for going to the conference. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay. Well, that's great. So Takesha's in. She's going to the conference. Awesome.
And Jasmine, you know, for you guys who are leaders, what's the importance of, you know, of course, you know, you showing up as a leader, but you talking to your teammates, your agent partners, new recruits, new people, getting them there as well.
Absolutely. Guys, this is going to be important. First of all, Charaka is taking the time to plan a conference like this for us, like putting this together, right? But so we don't do those kinds of things for no reason. Charaka's putting forth a lot of, and I know it's not about this, but she's spending a lot of money, you know, out of her own pocket for us to come together because of, that's how important it is for people to get together. And so some of the things that we're going to be talking about, like how to build a 100K agency. I know, I mean, a lot of us have those goals to be vice president here with the company. You know, we want to learn about the pathway of writing 25K in monthly production. And as a leader, you want to learn how to do that because you want to share it so that you can scale your business with your team. Right? But so you want your team there because you want your team to learn. So you want to share this with your team. So you don't want it to be that just we're talking about it on the calls and, you know, I'm talking about it and I'm excited and Charaka's excited and that's it. You want to reach out to your team members individually and motivate them. Talk to them about getting registered for this conference because it's not only going to help you, but it's going to help them and what they want to do, help them reach their goals. Help them, you know, you want to go back to their why, whether it's their kids, their nieces, their nephews, you know, whether it's creating a legacy or breaking generational curses. I know you might not think about it that way, but coming to a conference like this, it all works together for that good. So they need to be in the room. Everybody needs to be in the room. We all have got to experience this energy in this conference together. All right, guys, we got more fire than I can handle in this chat.
Hey, Jasmine, you know, when folks register, let's also put our, registration in the Discord.
Yes, so when you register, yes, go ahead and post your registration in the Discord to show that you have registered. I'm gonna go ahead and get registered today. Anybody else gonna register today? Janika said we lit. Yes, ma'am. I know Gil is already registered. Boot Hill's already registered.
Yes,
Charaka,
Blue Hill is in the building.
How many people you bringing, Della?
Well, as of right now, I believe it might be. Well, I don't know. A bunch of us.
I told you that is a gang. I don't care.
it's funny. Okay, well, so in the spirit of friendly competition, Birmingham, we need to step it up. Okay, because right
'Cause
now, I mean,
the
I'm
show
gonna
me
be
state is really showing us. Okay.
right.
We showing you.
Okay, so Birmingham, we're gonna get it started. Miss Pearl said that she's registering today. I'm gonna make it happen today. Chauncey's gonna register today. Awesome, awesome.
And don't forget to book your hotel room. I'm posting it here in Discord
Janika's
again.
registering today. So is Tara. This is awesome.
Hey, Jasmine, when is the payment due?
So we don't have a date on it yet, but so we just want to do it as soon as possible.
Okay, I'll register today and I'll do what I can.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Miss Erica. And we can also talk about transportation too. You know, we don't ever leave anybody hanging, not just for you, Miss Erica, but everybody. So we will talk about carpool. We'll also talk about, rooming together, having some roommates and things like that. So I'm open to that, to sharing my room so that we can cut down on the cost with folks. And I'm also open to helping with transportation so that everyone can have a ride to Atlanta. So that's
Okay,
something we do
good.
here as well. Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you all for a wonderful, wonderful career overview and training today. I know we had to pivot just a little bit. It wasn't what we expected, but this has turned out to just be the best thing. And so we
really
also
was.
and so we even had some other folks here that we don't normally have in our Birmingham meeting because we were able to join virtually. So just thank you all for your love and support with the group. Gail, I see your hand raised. You want to share something with us?
Oh yes, just a quick question. The flyer for Atlanta. Just need to
So
know how soon that's going to be out. Because
so this is going to
unfortunately,
be
I won't be in the house.
the meeting. This is going to be the meeting
Okay.
in Atlanta. So there will
No,
not
no,
be.
no. Like the overview for Saturday.
Oh, okay. That's going to be
Oh,
coming.
okay, yeah, we'll have that out today.
Oh, okay, yes. Because unfortunately, y'all picked the wrong date for this, so I won't be in the house. I'm crying, see the tears. Anyway, but yes, if I can get that, because I've got some people interested. But
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I got some text messages about roommates and we're gonna be carpooling together. So this sounds great. I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, so yes, we're gonna be sad that you're not gonna be there, Gail, but that's awesome. So guys, too, that's a great thing to highlight that even if you can't be at the meeting, you don't want to not still share. You want to still share the opportunity, you want to still share the career overview, and you still want your agent partners to be there. So even if you can't be there, that's okay. You still want to share it. So that's great. So again, we're excited about where we're going in 2025. Charaka, we love you and we appreciate
Love y'all too, Jasmine. And Jasmine, real quick, if somebody, needs a ride, needs transportation, need a roommate, post it in the chat, text me, let us know, and we can help you get that coordinated. Reach out to your manager. We can get that coordinated as well.
Perfect.
The deadline to book your room, though, is going to be I think it's the 24th. I got that extended. So just keep that in mind. So you want to go ahead and book, but see, if you're going to go, don't wait till the last minute. Go ahead and book your room too as soon as possible.
Oh my gosh, y'all are texting me and I just love this. We're going to coordinate everything together. Birmingham's getting excited. Watch out, Boot Heel. Pam's coming.
Come on. I want to see all of you.
I know, right?
Exactly,
I know.
exactly.
We're gonna have such a great time. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you again for joining, and thank you, Charaka, for joining and your input today. And so we appreciate you, and we love what we're doing here. And I know that we're gonna have a great time at this conference, and we're gonna continue to finish out this month strong. You have any other ideas you want to share with us before we
Not
get
at
up?
this time.
All right, guys. Well, be on the lookout for more information for that career overview flyer. For the career overview, we're going to have that Saturday following the conference. Let's go ahead and get registered and take immediate action. And I will see you all soon. Be on the lookout, Birmingham team. I'm going to be reaching out to all of you about your one-on-one. So let's go ahead and get those planned out as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Jasmine.
Don't
You're
forget
welcome.
me,
Thanks
Jasmine.
everyone for joining.
I got you. I got you,
Thank
Walter.
you. Everyone have a great day. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
See y'all. All right.
Great meeting.
Thank you, Marianne.